Hey, on Sunday we began a new series called Made New, and our big idea from that message was that believing in Jesus is important, but becoming like Jesus, that's the real goal. And this process is highly relational, involves proximity with Jesus, so that even more is caught than taught. Now, with that being the case, I thought it might be good for us to look at the relationship between Jesus and his disciples, the challenges that they faced, the lessons they learned, that led all of them to think and become more like Jesus. So Mark shares with us an event that took place on a boat. It says, as the evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side of the lake." So they took Jesus in the boat and they started out, leaving the crowds behind, although other boats were following. But soon a fierce storm came up. High waves were breaking into the boat and it began to fill with water. Jesus was sleeping at the back of the boat with his head on a cushion. The disciples woke him up, shouting, "Teacher, don't you care that we're going to drown?" And when Jesus woke up, he rebuked the wind and he said to the waves, "Silence, be still." And suddenly the wind stopped and there was a great calm. And then he asked them, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples were absolutely terrified. "Who is this man?" they asked each other. "Even the wind and the waves obey him." Now, there's a lot that we could talk about here, but today I want to center in on Jesus' words. Why are you so afraid? You know, it seems fear's at an all-time high these days. We're afraid of the future, the economy, conflicts and wars. We're scared for our kids and for our jobs. And I'm sure you can add more to the list. The disciples were afraid because they thought they were going to die. That's a pretty good reason to be afraid. Jesus' response seems a little cold-hearted, right? Like, why are you afraid? Where's your faith? Yet, we know that Jesus, he's full of compassion. So, what I want to do here today is center in on the word fear. You know, the word Jesus uses in this instance is closer to the word timid that we would use today. Why are you so timid? Where's your faith? You know, life can sometimes feel like we're in an out of control storm, right? And maybe for you, you can take notice this week of your conversations. Are they fear-driven? Are they victim-oriented? Do we think that everything's going to sink and go away? Where or whom is your faith in these days? Why are you so afraid? You know, Paul wrote to his protege Timothy, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power and of love and of self-discipline." That sounds more like Jesus. So how can you draw strength this week from the Holy Spirit? What does love require of you? Your circumstances may be out of control, but your response to them can be faith-filled. So this week, let's not just believe in Jesus. Let's allow him to help us become more like him.